Hi everybody, Mark Claiborne here for the Photographer Academy, and we're live at 5 as he almost knocks the set over. We've been in the studio for the afternoon photographing with a great new model we've never worked with before, actor in fact, Sam, and we're kind of live at 5 today is male portraiture, but a little bit more of a difference, a little bit more like I would shoot for the actors, the singers, the dancers, you know, the professionals who need good media images, and they need to have a bit of a commercial kind of look. So in fact, we're going to start where we just finished on a recording of a film for the Photographer Academy and things really. So we've got quite a big setup going on to start with, and then we're going to break it down and kind of just go back to possibly 1 or 2 lights, shoot a few images, then we'll rip the set apart and basically just do a little bit of fun with kind of accent with gel. Perhaps we'll get the super wide angle out there, we'll kind of breathe on the lens as normal and all that kind of thing that we're going to do, all right? So, but I think it was such a nice shot. It's really good to see what we're kind of doing on Academy as well and things really. The good thing for us in AcademyLIVE is that you get to see the truth of the image, as I called it. So there's no post-production, no finishing in Capture One or whatever it would be and things really. You are seeing it absolutely straight out of camera no matter what. Okie doke. So let's talk about the set. We're using 2 of the polystyrene flats. You can pretty much buy these in any DIY big store chain, as it were. And then on one side, they're painted white. On the other side, you can see it's painted black. Pretty much they're battered and bruised and everything else. And if I was using them every day as a kind of a set, they wouldn't be polystyrene, of course. They would probably be MDF, painted black flats or white flats to actually give that kind of crisp, sharp edge and so on. But we're just using a bit of a demonstration for you. I've got 5 lights running in the setup. One you'll see straight away, which is this little one here. That's going to light up this white flat, and that's going to give it a red color. We are creating a bit like a flag effect, yes. Then we've got a secondary light here, which is creating a gel onto the black flat itself. The only white light in the whole setup is this one. This is the key light, all right? So this is a barn doors with raw flash. There's no diffusion on it at all. I know some of you ask from time to time why I shoot with so much hard light. I just like it, you know, and okay, when I'm shooting a family, I've got to work with a bigger diffused light source, but by the end of the session, basically the studio should look littered with kit before I reset it for the next client and things really. So yeah, that's the main one, that's going to be that. Just behind here, you're going to see another D-light, in fact it's a D-light one, the cheapest in all the Elinchrom range. And this is just with a kind of cyan-y kind of teal blue color. Most of the gels are attached to the lights with the likes of a double clip. Then behind this flat, this black one, there's another light, and it's got the same purple gel on. That is a purple background, in fact, but it's got a purple gel on it as well. I don't think we should talk about it. Let's shoot it, I think, yeah. Sam, come on in, bud. I know we've done it before. I do apologize, but let's get in there. So take the pose. So, guys, we've not worked with Sam until today, and I can tell you now he's a great little guy to shoot and things, really. A very attractive one as well. Makes me feel inferior as a man. Before we kind of take the first shot, I should, you know, I haven't taken a photograph now in, 25 minutes since we kind of finished getting ready for him now. But the main thing I want to do is shoot my group 1 to kind of check the lighting. So the first thing is I need to make sure it's hitting Sam. Come up to me a little. Whoa, that's I think good there, bud. I'm just going to angle this light towards you a little bit more. The barn doors are doing their job. They're controlling the light spillage, not only onto the background and the flags and everything else with it, but they're also controlling the light onto the shape of the light onto Sam. So it's just narrow. So the 2 side barn doors are closed in, where the top and bottom barn doors are closed to their maximum. Obviously, they're being controlled by that, the depth of the actual middle barn doors. Let's, group 1, let's just meter towards the light source. Ooh, he says. Today would be good. Oh, no fire. That's because I swapped it to group 3. Oh, you amateur, Claiborne. Oh, dear, dear, dear. See, that's what happens when you have a break. You forget to reset stuff. Group Good to see it live as well. Now Brandon, our videographer's going, there you go, Clegg on. Let's have a go again. Okay, so we're there, pretty much. Okay, so there's our group one. Very sharp light. Controlled, as we can see as well with it. Let's try and go back to the beginning and test it. There we go. Okay, so that's running at f8, 6.8. I don't think we can reduce this light down anymore. Let's give it a try. I've just tried to reduce it down by 0.8. And pretty much all I can get it to is f8, in fact. So I've just increased that. The only way to change it would be to move it backwards out of the set more, to take it up higher. And that alone will obviously change the amount of light that is hitting Sam. Let's test it again. And we're down to 5.6. So let's set camera to 5.6. And obviously, if we're not able to control the kind of all of the lights, that's pretty good straight off camera, isn't it? Really. Let's change to a 50mm lens first, just so I can get a little bit more wide. I like it at the 50mm lens. It just feels a little bit more editorial for me. Just gives me that little bit more kind of edginess. So I think it's coming up on screen now, yeah? Brill. Okay, so let's kind of move it. So let's kind of just do some more shots. Let's kind of just pop the hand into here. Just drop the other hand back down again. Let's do a few shots. That's good just there. Lower the chin for me more. And again, turn the body that way for me and turn the head back to me. Cool, that's lovely. And again, turn the nose down just a touch more. Turn the head round towards the right just a touch more if you can, please, Sam, to me. Sorry, me. There, again. Excellent. So I'm using the kind of the block of the flag just to kind of control what is spilling. If I shoot too fast and I don't give these little lights time to recharge, we're not going to get either the cyan on the back of kind of running down the side of Sam's face there, or we're not going to get the red on the front. So kind of pace it to the equipment that you've got. Shoot a few verticals anyway. Sam, let's just kind of just turn with your back to me a little bit more. Try and keep your head in this light for me. That's good. Let's just do a watch shot as if you're kind of adjusting the strap, looking down, twisting back to me again, please, Sam. Straight at me with the head. Let's turn the body back around towards there fully. Step towards that cyan light just a little bit more. That's great. And turn the head back to me a little bit. That's good just there. Looking down towards the strap again. Back towards the watch. That's cool just there. Turning back to me again, please, bird. It's great just there. Come up to me a touch more. Let me just get my stool. Okay, as a rule, I do really like shooting from low with kind of more the fashion kind of look and things, really. But again, the viewpoints will change as well. Let's try and just get a few where I'm shooting from above. Let me just check on the TV a minute to see if I'm in focus. That's good, okay. Step up to me just a little bit, Sam, just a touch. Whoa, it's good, just there. Turn the body, let me just shoot again. Try and get your head in shot. It's always a bonus. No, I'm going to shoot live. Okay, so keep it. Again for me, strange there. Turn the head to me more, Sam. Pop this hand back into the pocket again. Turn the nose around to me more. Keep it. Great, let's just show you what is group one, which is just this light. And let's turn it into monochrome so you can just see the effect of the lighting in monochrome. Kind of gives us a really good strong light in there. That's just the one light. If I obviously want the other lights to fire, I've got to kind of switch something on and off. So for instance, if I want all the other lights to fire and I don't want this one to, let's just switch off that red and do the same shot. Put it into all. And then everything else fires, gives us our separation. A little bit more of a touch of Hollywood. I really don't like that the brightness of the backlighting, in fact. I think that really needs to be controlled down. It's on the minimum power, so the only choice I've got is to switch it off. Let's do that again. Or put in neutral deads on there, of course, yeah. Quick test, just looking at the result. It's great, let's do it. Keep it, turn the head a little bit. Again. Nice. Let's turn the body around to me again for me. Just last shot and then we'll just change the set. Lower the chin more. Keep it. Turn the body that way a little bit. Turn the head this way for us. Keep it. Again. Great. Let's Let's just add, let's go back into color. So remember, I'm just setting on the color setting on the camera. I'm just going to remove this flat now, okay? Let's just stick it out of shot so it doesn't kill anything. And pretty much now, we've kind of unraveled the set just a little bit. I think I'm going to lose that black flat. Sam, can you just walk? No, I'll move it. If you come to there for me for a minute, I'll just do a COVID dance. I think I just invented a new saying. There we go. Let's get rid of that. On set, please, bud. So let's kind of come up to me just a little bit more so you're in this light. Brilliant. Let's switch off this one for now. Or why don't we use this as another separation. Let's turn it down in power. Still making sure that this light is doing its job. I love the specularity of this hard light. Let's have a little look about what each light is doing in turn. So this is the key light by itself. Management. What's on group 2? Nothing. What's on group 3? What's on group 4? Okay, so I'm just going to switch this light to group 4. So I can show you what each of them does. Now, on the Elinchrom lights, it just allows me to put them into different groups to either kind of make it fire or not. It also allows me to change the power settings of each of those lights in that group to actually get a look. So what are we again? Let's see what all of them are doing first. This is with all of the lights going to fire. Okay. Let's see now what the group 1 was that we just saw. Group 1. Then group 2, I don't think there was anything on group 2. Group 3, is that cyany light kind of coming through? It is. And then group 4 is the blue light kind of coming through there. Yeah, I like that. I think a little bit, I kind of dialed the blue down a little bit. I think we should actually go just a fraction more. You want to be careful when you're using gels. There is a technique called chroma zoning. Chroma gray and chroma color, zone is gray. And it's kind of a technique that you can use to actually work out colors. We used to do it in the good old days of film. So we used to actually have like, background light on minimum power, half power, and full power. Do a kind of color swatch of each of the different 6 gels we'd use so we could kind of zone in the different kind of colors all the time. But yeah, so let's just see what that one does. Now I've increased the power just a touch. That is obviously going to change it just a little bit. Yeah, it's just increased that a little bit more. I like it. Let's actually look what all of those lights are doing together now. Okay, so I think there's a little bit of light too much. I'm just going to move this around towards the 3 a little bit. Closer to the 3, yeah? That will increase the shadow. If we look, though, let me just take that photograph. You've got a great face, dude. Sorry, I mustn't use the word dude anymore, because it's a turtle. So ignore the kind of little light on his nose for a minute. That's coming from that cyan light. But look at that great triangle of light. Just actually, it's almost in a perfect kind of Rembrandt positioning. I'm just going to move this one here, just around more. So it's not going to touch the nose as much. We can control that, of course, by just moving the head position. Let's do the same shot again. See what it's like coming up on screen. Yeah, I like it. Yes, pretty good. I'd like a little bit more wow factor, I think. So I might try and get that one in as well. And that red is going to add just that little bit of mix of gel color. I haven't done that in that position before. Let's have a little look. Yeah, okay. Let's just boost that up a little bit more, I think. Just increasing the power, yeah? but I'm going to stick it behind. The question is why. I've got no idea. I'm making that part up as I go along. It just feels right, yeah? Take the cable off. Let's do the same thing. So remember, we've got 4 lights in our setup now. Yeah, I think we're ready to rock. I like that little bit of gel. I think I could even increase that just a little bit more. But let's get on and do a quick shot anyway. I think I just want to. I do apologize, Sam. This is where you're kind of going, oh, well, if I do this and if I do that, I can just, it may as well take that time just a little bit more. Oh, just these creatives, eh? I used to be one many years ago. Let's have a look. Yeah, I quite like it. Let's just do the one hand again. I do like that kind of almost James Bond. Leave out the thumb anyway, though, I think. Let's try both of them. It's kind of arrogance, isn't it? It's all, you almost look like aristocracy. We'll call you Prince Sam, okay, for the next 10 minutes or whatever. Let's have a little look again, okay. Seriously, lowering the chin more. Let's go, let's do it again. Let me just choose the focus position just a little bit higher on the face. 1 sec. Keep it. Shoot just a little bit lower. So, not too bothered about the lights just in on the edge. Looking off towards the sign for me, Sam. That's great. Eyes at me, though, if you can, bud. Like it. Kind of quite like the way that's going. I'm just going to turn this light in more to the 3. Remember, when the light is from the 9 o'clock position around to the 3 o'clock, it's always more dramatic than when it is in the 3 to the 9 o'clock position rotation, yeah? Let's do the same thing. So this is pretty much all side light on Sam now. We can see this gel's kind of coming in. The red ear, it's looking shite. You don't want a red ear, mate. It looks like, no, you definitely don't want a red ear. Let's take that down a little bit lower. And let's just kind of put that cyan just a little bit more in. I do like the idea of the red and the cyan together. Let's do it again, keep it. 1 sec. Quick test. Better, we don't have a red ear anymore. Okay, so turning the head round towards here, Sam, a touch. Turn the nose a little bit more for me. Like that, a lot. Raise the chin more, a little bit more arrogance. Turn the head round towards here more as well. Excellent. Exaggerate it more for me. Turn the head up more. Brilliant. Can you just actually almost put up the collar, just fake both sides, both hands, looking off and high to the side, keep it. That looks terrible. It looks like you're a stripper. Let's not do that again, ever. Okay, let's do it again. Turn the body around towards here. Let's just, yeah, like that. A bit more arrogant, just lean. Raise that chin just a touch more. Step into my lighter fraction, that way. Brill. Raise that chin. Turn the nose that way a little bit. Eyes at me again. Keep it. Again, keep it. Let me just fog it. So I'll kind of shoot towards the gel light, but then when it's sharp, I'll just switch the focus off on the lens, breathe on it, and just as it dissipates, kind of gives a little bit of a fogging kind of quality with it. You don't want to really be doing that too often on an expensive lens because of water damage. Great. Turning the head around towards me. Look around towards me a little bit more if you can. It's coming through. Keep it. Excellent. Love it. Let's just focus on you again. Great. Keep it again. And focus in again. Keep looking that way, Sam. Yeah, good. Nice glow. Let's just shoot through some, this is just a kind of a old plastic, kind of cheap frame glass plastic acrylic, yeah? Mine's a little bit beaten up now, but it kind of adds that little bit of focus. Softness, so if you are looking to soften it in camera, then just using something as diffuse as this. You can use the likes of a stocking material, gauze, Gaussian, whatever it would be. You can also use kind of filters to go on the front, just actually kind of spray them, hair lacquer. Make sure you don't spray it while it's on the camera. Do it off camera, of course. But you can kind of create the images. Same thing again, just kind of covering up parts of the image rather than all of the image. So in other words, here, if I kind of just focus towards Sam's face again, focus point there, Mark, keep it. So that's without the plastic doing anything. Yeah, and then if I just put the plastic in front to half the image, we can kind of change the plastic and revealing the image more and more to actually start to just add that little bit of kind of blur away from it. So again, depends on what you're kind of really looking to do. You can also kind of shoot with the plastic in a long effect. Turn the head this way a little bit more. Raise the chin a touch more. Excellent. You pretty much want to be shooting though wider than this. You want to be shooting around about 2.8 or with a longer lens or getting it very, very close. So when it is close to the camera lens, like here, you're pretty much not going to see the kind of the edge of the filter or the plastic, yeah? If I'm doing like I am here and I'm shooting through it, you are going to see some of the kind of the tip with it. So shoot more at the 2.8. Go over there, cool. Great, nice, like that. Let's just continue on with that same kind of idea. Let me just go super wide for a minute. Don't often get my 12 to 24 Sigma out, except if it's a commercial kind of job. If you just step forward for me a minute, I'm just going to put you in this background. Let's bring you right into this zone by here for a minute, if we can. Almost in the corner. Just going to lose that bit of cabling. Because checkered floor is an absolutely bitch to... Can you kick that bit of cable out for me? Cheers. It's an absolute bitch to try and retouch. In a minute, you're probably going to step through to me. I'll just get this ready. Probably going to be here in a minute. Let's just go super wide. So this is not pointing at Sam for a minute, so there's kind of nothing kind of going on. Let's have a quick look, see what it's doing. I quite like it, but I think it needs the white light before I do anything else. I think we just need that touch of white light onto Sam. So this is a kind of a multi-3-stage light stand. So we can kind of take it up very, very high if we want. Let's get that in close. Okay, so first things first, always have the leg towards the subject so it can't fall forward, yeah? Let's do it. Again, same thing. So look at that. Yeah, I'm liking it. I think it would help if I actually clean my lens. It's given a natural kind of softening, without a doubt. Let's just pop the 8. Again, same thing. Let's have a look what it's doing. We did have earlier on today a light right above Sam, in fact, just coming over the top of the green background. But as is, it's not here now. Let's just lower this down. Lower this one as well. Take that one up. Slightly angle. Take it up higher. There we go. Better, 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 better. Let's do that. So as I said, this is just the 12 to 24 Sigma. So a quick look again. Oh, I like it. Like it a lot, in fact. Keep it. Turn the head to me a little bit more, Sam. Raise the chin up, a little bit more arrogance. Keep it. Stay there. Up me again, turning the head. Keep it. Nice. Like that a lot. Shoot quite low. Wow. Turn the head the way that Sam's a little bit. Look arrogant and nice and high. Let's kind of twist the body, just really angle. Arms out, hands out, angle quite a lot. So you're almost turning away, kind of instead of looking up. So almost using some hands, not quite like Running Man, but kind of a little bit of a kind of angle, like you're almost kind of coming into a boxing kind of level. No. Okay. Like it. That's good. Thank you, Sam. Nice shots, mate. Brill, thank you, bud. We're all done with it. Yeah, really good. So if we just cut back to the screen a minute there, if we can, please. I really like that image. Sam, get back here. Get back here. I'm going to kill this cyan, in fact. I'm going to kill that one. Get back in there. That's what happens when you don't see the, take your time to look at the images. Let's just check. I love it as much as I did before. Oh, that's it. Too much light. There you go. Let's do it. And again, turn square on to me, Sam, please. Hands down to the side of you. Hands in. Let's do up the jacket for me. Eyes at me. Keep it. Excellent. Raise the chin up towards there. You're done. Thank you, bud. Honest, you're done. Nice. Yeah, really like that. You know, it's at times we can just have too much light around the scene, isn't it? You know, I'm not sure if we talked about the setup before we got going, but we've got the paper background coming through here. That's normally there. We change the backgrounds as we want. We've put another background a kind of holder across here, the type that we can kind of put up by ourselves. It's just on a kind of an angle kind of bracket at the top. And then we just got some kind of checker floor. You've seen me use that stuff before and things already. But yeah, I like that. You know, God, my 12 to 18 mil lens, I absolutely flipping love. And I tend to use it more on location than anything else. But I think, especially with this floor, absolutely love it. I think we could have gone down to the likes of f22 or whatever and had it absolutely crystal pin sharp. If this was a commercial shot, of course, we should have basically removed all that cable. I said it was going to be a bitch to do, and if you know it can be done, why waste it, the time with it? Yeah, I like it. I'm not a massive fan, obviously, when I'm too close with the head conversion. We just edit that out anyway. But yeah, as long as it's kind of heads towards the middle of the lens, we're not going to get that bellowing. But yeah, no, some really nice images there. This is kind of just photographing through that plastic as we saw, getting the right kind of position. You've seen me use water on the plastic before. We've Vaselined it up. We've colored it with pens. It feels like craft day with Mark at times. But again, just a little bit of fun. I've even got some of my old filters from, 35, 40 years ago, as it were. My old coking ones with kind of all the different effects and everything else that we kind of grab out every now and again. Yeah, just a real nice selection of images. I hope you've enjoyed that kind of look. I've really enjoyed photographing with Sam today. He really hasn't had a lot of experience in photography. But what I love about choosing the likes of singers and actors and basically dancers as models is they do kind of allow themselves to kind of just have a very kind of big vision as far as they know what they look like, they know how strong they are, they know they're kind of what they want to be perceived as. Probably if we're looking at what is my favorite person to photograph, it would be a dancer. And the reason being on that is just because, sorry, that camera, that is just because a dancer lets themselves go free in your hands. So in other words, basically they believe in you. Whereas technically, you know, an actor and a model to some extent, they kind of know what is their best side and the good side, and that's what they're really trying to look at all the time, instead of allowing us to kind of really bring that other character out and things really. Yeah, Brandon, really enjoyed that. Yeah, really good. I've had some fun, you know, so I hope you've enjoyed being with us with Academy Live. Any questions at all?
Yeah. So we have one question. Talk about the gadgets being used. So I'm guessing she's either on about the gels and how you get the gels onto the lights kind of thing, or I think she said that when you were metering as well. So if you can go through metering as well.
Yeah, sure. Is this okay if I get close? Yeah, so we've been asked about gels, gadgets, and kind of metering as well and things really. So the first thing that I'd encourage, rustling, sorry, Brandon. The first thing I'd invest into is this kind of thing called, what I know them as a double clip, yeah? They're quite available. In fact, you can even kind of get stuff like this in a homeware store, but this is a photographic one that I've just had for donkey's years. We've got loads of them. I can't see a name on them. Made in England. Ooh, shame it's not Wales. Hey-ho. Yeah, so that's the double clip. One end goes on to the... let's show you, shall we? There you go. So one end goes on to the reflector dish, and then you can obviously clip on the gel onto the other side. It also allows you to kind of pull it up tighter. If you buy two, which they usually come in packs of two, in fact, you would have one at the bottom as well to keep it kind of taut. Make sure, though, there's a space between here and the gel, otherwise you'll start to actually burn through them. If you ever see, by the way, just while we're here, if you ever see holes yeah, in my gels, there's a reason for it. The Elinchrom lights have an umbrella shaft hole, so it means that I can pretty much add a gel onto almost any accessory that I put in front of an Elinchrom light. And there's one coming over the top. Thanks, Brandon. So even though this is an umbrella, this is just a deflector cap. If I wanted to, I can basically either pass that through, okay, tape it on or whatever. I tend to actually take off the front here to keep the gel away from the light source itself. You know it's all going to fall apart now, don't you? And that's the most common way that I stick the gel onto a light if I want just a kind of a mix of white and kind of gel light at the same time with it. Or I can use a much, much bigger sheet and kind of stick it around the edges. So different ways to do it. But if you ever see me with these gels with the holes in, there's a reason for it, okay? So it's either to slide an umbrella through it or the light sticking onto the end of here. Other accessories, not shown here today, really, but we've got the different grids. So kind of mine are all beaten up and everything else with it and things really, as you can see, but you usually get them in different sizes, and obviously a grid won't allow a light to kind of feather at all or diffuse, so it only allows the light to go through in a straight line, but you should never put a gel in front of it because then you lose the characteristic of the actual honeycomb itself. So if this is the light, yeah, and this is the gel, it would go between the honeycomb and the actual light itself, then you get a great result. Brandon, do you think they meant about the plastic as well, accessory-wise?
Yeah,
so it's beaten up plastic. Oh, look, I've just realized this is a new one. So in fact, I can peel that one off, and the next time I go to shoot, I've actually got a new piece of plastic. I buy the cheapest of frames around, and I steal the plastic sheets from, well, I don't steal them because I bought the frame, but that's a great way to be able to actually kind of really control it. And these are better, they're safer around. Buy them in a bigger sheet as well, like a 12 by 10 or whatever, and that's really good for pretty much any lens. But as I said, try and keep them as close to the lens as you can to actually get that kind of fall-off effect and things really. Metering, I use the Sekonic Light Meter Light Master Pro L478DR. How old is mine? So old it falls apart in everything that I'm doing. But this is used a lot, okay? So Sekonic, if you'd like to send me a new replacement meter, I'd be eternally grateful anyway. But otherwise I keep sticking it on with a bit of tape. But again, this goes through the mill. This is used, 20, 30 times a day as a minimum, setting everything up. And in a commercial scenario, why take a photograph unless it's going to be perfect to begin with? I know there's different kind of ways to be. Is it worth doing? Can't I just kind of track it on the camera back, or can I actually put it into Lightroom to see the exposure? Well, look, if you're tethering and you've got the time, of course, you look at it on a bigger screen and you kind of color or exposure match across it. But the reality is most of the time you're going to be photographing with real people in a real location, and you're doing 400 or 500 shots a shoot compared to a commercial day where we're probably doing 20 to 30 photographs. In the good old days of film, we used a meter because we couldn't take a risk in having a wrong exposure, especially because it was transparency film, whereas basically we had clip testing. We used to have a special back that we used to just shoot the first shot of any setup. Once we'd done all the Polaroids and everything else, then that one roll was put through the processor, the E6 process line. From that, we assessed with all the other films. So we might be shooting 100, 200 rolls in a kind of a day or a couple of days. And then we'd have to actually analyze the different clip test rolls and actually say, right, okay, rolls 1 to 8, push a third of a stop, rolls 9 to 20, hold half a stop, little things like that. And in the world of today, you don't have to think about it. But because I'm a dinosaur, I think like shooting like a film photographer. So where we saw some images where you got cables on the floor and everything else with it, that's basically you get sacked. Because in the good old days of film, you couldn't retouch that out without a huge amount of cost and things really. Brandon, any more questions there at all?
That's it.
That's us live. I hope you enjoyed another Academy Live. Join us next week in studio for the last one before 2021. And I've got no idea what we've got prepared for you and things, but I'm sure it'll be excellent. See you all soon. Take care. Bye-bye.